After the great success of the 6.5 midfielders being rated in a tier list video, I decided to do one very popular section as well, being the 4.5 defenders. The 4.5 defenders are a lot more than the 6.5 midfielders, but I decided to pick out the best possible players, and they're once again 28, so you're basically getting the same number of players. I'll be rating them from the really good to just don't section, because I believe some of them, even though they may sound popular and may sound good, are not going to be great options, especially for the start. This is for game week 1, so don't take it wrong if I say, for example, that a player like Zabarni is not going to be as high as the others, because this is the game week 1 list, like players you want to pick for game week 1, where, as you can see, I've put some names into the player pictures because one of the viewers suggested that he do not know all the players that are playing, and it is going to be easier for him to read the names and to just know for who we are talking about. So here they are. I've put the names. I hope you enjoyed that way. I hope you like those tier list videos. I'm planning to do some other tier lists throughout the following weeks. I just have to think of a really good topic. If you want to suggest any, don't be afraid and do it in the comment section. If you want to be there for every video, every stream, and everything that I post, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on, and I hope to see you on many comment sections, on many streams, and on many other videos. Now let's dive into the tier list. First of all, we're starting with Aina from Nottingham Forest, and he sounds really good, but I'm going to go with almost there. Not because that he is not a good player or something like that, or he is not a very good option, but because he is not nailed, in my opinion. There is an option to go for another left back. Maybe some rotation is going to happen. We're not sure yet what is going to happen with Aina. I currently own him, and I'm a little bit worried about him. But yeah, I believe that he's in almost there section, and throughout preseason we're going to nail him even better. Next up is Andersen, and for me he is in the really good section. He is 4.5, as all of the defenders are here. He's playing in a very solid side. He has an attacking threat. They have clean sheet potential, and for 4.5 you are basically getting a pretty good center back, and I believe that he should be in a very high contention for the upcoming season. Next up is Badiashile. I didn't have space for his full name, so I went with Badi, but I'm talking about Badiashile. I don't know who is starting for Chelsea. We haven't seen a proper squad yet for them, and we need to see how they're going to look. So the Chelsea defenders are going to be put in the section meh, because I don't think like they're the right options to start the season with. Maybe Rob Sanchez is going to be a better option, because if until they get the nailed center back partnership, it's going to be tricky. There is Cowell, there is Badiashile, there is Disasi, I believe there is Toussaint, who they bought. Chauba was left out. I'm most probably missing someone. So a lot of options are there, and I'm just putting him in the meh section. Next up is Boli. Once again from Nottingham Forest. For me, he's a really solid option, but I like the wing backs more. If I get a wing back for 4.5 compared to a center back, and both of them are nailed, I'm most probably going to go for the 4.5 option at wing back. So Boli is going to go into the OK section, and this is going pretty alright currently. And now we have Dan Burn. Dan Burn for me should be in the almost there section. We don't know if he's playing center back. There is a new guy in the club called Kelly. So for sure, Shar is starting. When Botman returns, it's going to be until Christmas. Shar will need a partner up until then. So Burn is in a very high contention to start in one place. But Kelly is now there. On the left back, they have Ho, they have Livramento, they have Burn. Kelly can play there. So a lot of options are there. So until we see a solid and a proper lineup from Newcastle, he's in the almost there section. Castan, I'm going to put him in the meh section because he has injury problems. He has been rotated several times. He's a okay to an okay option to an extent, but for me he is not that not nailed, but he's injury prone and I don't like to spend some money there. Cowell, as already explained, he is going to go to the meh section just like Badiashile, because I don't know if he's starting or not. So, oh, Fofana is the other guy that I forgot about, the Chelsea defense. So they have 5 proper center backs, and I'm just putting 3, but you can put all 5 of them here, and it's going to be the same. I'm going to put Castane in the OK section. Like, Fulham are having a good fixture run. He is nailed, so the injury problem is not something that I will be basing my suggestions on. So let's not think the worst, but yeah, he's in that section. Next up is Mati Cash, and he's the first player in the don't section. Konsa is the best right back that they have, and I believe he's starting there. Cash can go up front a little bit when the European tournament start, Champions League for Aston Villa. He's going to get some minutes, but he's not nailed. And Konsa is just a better option. Next up is Sufao with that start of fixture run for West Ham. He's also in the don't section. They have not been great defensively. They have a new manager. So yeah, he's there. Next up, we have the only player from the newly promoted sides that I like at the 4.5 options at the moment, and that is Leif Davis. He has been amazing in the championship, and I believe he is going to be a player like Auf Doubt was last season, but the first 2 fixtures are Liverpool and Manchester City, so he's into the OK section. I believe that he belongs there, in my opinion. Next up is Dawson with that start of a run of fixtures, being a center back. Selling Koeman is going to affect them, so no defensive returns most probably. They don't have an easy fixture run, so he's into the don't section. There is another guy from Aston Villa here that is going immediately into the don't section. That is Luka Jean. He has been one of the biggest FPL traps there are, and yeah, that's what I have to say. Biggest FPL trap, and I don't see him as a probable option to begin the season with. Madsen is now being added to the lineup, so yeah, a long day for them. Next up is Disasi. It just feels like I created the mess section for Chelsea players, but I'm going to include more players there as well. Now, next up is Kerkez. He is a Hungarian left back playing for Bournemouth. Now, with Kelly being sold, I don't see anyone going into his position, so he is going to go into the OK section because he has been very attacking. Some rotations risk with Kelly there were present, but now without him, I believe Kerkez is going to be nailed. The fixtures are not amazing, but if you find a proper rotation player, maybe with a player like Davis, you can go for heavy attacking left backs, and throughout the start of the season, maybe as a fourth as defensive option, he's okay, but yeah, he's into the OK section. Next up is Lewis Dunk. He's also into the OK section because we don't know how they're going to defend. He's nailed. He's good on set pieces, so compared to Dawson, the reason that he is into the OK section is because Brighton are having easier fixtures compared to Wolves, and he seems like the only nailed Brighton player, and yeah, I have a better option than Dawson, so yeah, Dunk is into the OK section. Next up is Rico Henry, fighting after an injury, coming back into the frame is going to be meh from me because I don't see him as a good option right now. Next up, we have Gay. He is into the OK section because he has been tired from the Euros. He's gonna come late to the preseason and to the season as itself. Then Anderson is more attacking from set pieces. There are no ball recoveries into the FPL game, so Gay just feels like an inferior option to Anderson. So Anderson is the guy that I'm going to go for from the Crystal Palace defense. Next up is Livramento. Livramento is into the meh section. We don't know if it's him, if it's Burn, if it's the guy Ho. He can play on the right as well, but there is going to be Trippier. Even though Trippier played, he maybe played in one of the games and after that is dropped. He is just a meh option for me, just like 8 Nuri, who for me he is very attacking. He has been occupying some amazing spaces, but I need to see a better fixture run for Wolves in order to be better, but he's just better than Dawson overall, so 8 Nuri gets the notch into the meh section. Robinson is coming from Fulham. He's in a really good section because I like how offensive he was. Yeah, they lost Polinia, but the manager was the same. You know how they are attacking, and I believe that it's going to be a really solid option as a really good option. You can play him with the rotation wise, together with Konsa, Andersen, and Konsa is the next guy. Let's not fool ourselves. He is going into the really good section as well because he is not good in my opinion. Next up we have Van den Ven. Van den Ven is in the almost there because I don't know what Spurs team will appear. Yeah, they face Leicester in the first fixture, then it's Everton, but I need to see some solid performances from their lineup. I need to see a full lineup, and I don't believe that Van den Ven is as good of an option as Andersen, Robinson, and Konsa, as they were playing in a better defensive sides, and yeah, I just like them more, and yeah, that's the reason I like them more. Next up is Murillo. Murillo and Bole are the same, so I'm going to put them one next to each other. So here I will adjust it later. But yeah, Bole and Murillo, I need to see who the center back is, and if Eina is nailed, I'll be going for Eina instead of them, and this almost there section will disappear. Next up is Zabarni. Zabarni is going into the mess section as they have zero appeal for me defensively apart from Kerkes currently, because Zabarni is a 6-point guy and I don't see a lot of clean sheets coming their way. Martinez is almost there because I need to see who they sign in preseason, because yeah, it's not looking good for them in the defensive mid position. Mainu is the only guy. I know Casemiro is there, but I don't like Casemiro for the full speed of the Prem. Ugarte is being rumored with United. We need to see if they sign the league, because if they don't, he's going to be playing with an 18-year-old. Maguire is there, so maybe some, because Martinez played up until the end in Copa America, if I'm not mistaken, so, or he was injured. I'm not completely sure, but either way, I would be a little bit cautious with him. He's a very solid pick, top 8 side with a 4.5 defender. Is the same like Villa, Crystal Palace, and Spurs in Newcastle. Basically, those good sides are having 4.5 options and they're brilliant in my opinion. Next up is Mikulenko, another really good option. For me, you can build a defense from those players and you'll be more than happy. At least 3 of them you can select, and you are not going to be regretting it. You have 2 fullbacks, 1 right back moving into center back, and 1 proper center back with good set piece threat. I believe this is in a very, very good state of the defensive formation. Next up is Kwanzaa. I'll be going into the meh section. I don't know if he's starting. It's not a don't because they have an amazing fixture run, but it's either going to be him or Konate. I feel like Kwanzaa is a baby version of Van Dijk, and I honestly prefer when Konate plays, as Konate is aggressive while Kwanzaa is a little bit more reserved, and having a reserved player together to Van Dijk who is also reserved, because they don't like to move forward with the ball, they don't get tackled as much, they're just like sweepers if you want to use another terminology. But yeah, if he's nailed for 4.5, I believe that's a steal. And the other guy here, it's Aran Wan-Bissaka. He goes immediately into the don't section, because I believe if Shaw and the Water playing, he's not getting any touch of the grass, and yeah, it's going to be a waste to go for such a 4.5 option when you have Martinez and Euro as well, but Martinez is the best option. So here you have it, guys. This is my tier list for the 4.5 defenders. If you believe that I messed up somewhere or I'm missing someone, drop it in the comment section. Please don't forget to mention any other topics that you want to see a tier list on. I'll be more than happy to build it for you. Here you have the names, here you have the defenders. For me, those are the top 4 defenders coming into game week 1. They are the most nailed. Van den Ven and Martinez are nailed, but I don't know what exactly defenses are going to appear from those sides, as they were pretty shaky at last season. Like Martinez was, United were conceding the most shots in the Prem, not a joke. Spurs were conceding left, right, and center. Burn and Eina are not 100% nailed, while the other guys, for me, they are just as nails as it gets, so I quite like them. If you agree, subscribe, turn the notifications on, like, do all those great stuff. But for now, guys, I'll be heading out. Bye.